No poles. Pretty long glide. You should go straight too. A little easier probably as we keep going. But skating should be pretty straight. Not having a turn to it. If you watch, is this Dermot?
Yes.
Yes.
So he's come, you can see his belly button, not really, but he's coming straight at us the whole time. That's more what we're after there. And the fact that his body, Dermot, you stayed right down the hill. Yeah. His body didn't turn, that's a good thing. He was basically a little forward or centered, so that's a good thing, kept his balance. And then the timing, or the length of time on either foot worked so that it didn't start to turn. Like you had a little bit, you were on it long enough that it started to turn.
It felt good.
Well, so some of that too,
Really good.
I mean that's, yeah. In the exam packaging side, like, oh yeah, these are nice turns. Oh wait, we weren't asking for turns, we're asking for skating. That's the,
Great.
I'm trying to think. I do have students sometimes skate downhill. It's not my most common thing, but everything that I've ever done in an exam, I've used with real public. In terms of, hey, do this thing, it's going to help your skiing. And so that's part of why it's in there for a moment. And then, I'm going to train, make sure I have that piece of the exam. That's my packaging piece. And I might use it with my Wednesday morning group or something. This will be different. We're not going to go as fast. We'll have to do a little bit more push off, but thinking straight, it's basically even with the groomer lines. The same two groomer lines might stay, and I'm not going to say that, never mind, but straight. We have to do a little bit more push. I'm always going this way. A little bit longer. You stayed straight down the hill, which is good. That was way better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said my gliding was...
Yours was a little longer, which is good than his. He was a little quick. That was way better, Stan. Yeah, you came down the hill here. This is good.
Ruining this
That's
corduroy.
good.
Right. Yeah, that's what we always do.
It's flat here though, so.
So Dermot had a pretty good example there. You can see tracks in the snow. He's getting both a push off, getting enough edge in there, and then also his glide stayed straight. Mike and Dave, we both have yellow boots. There's no differential.
It's the goggles. It's the
Goggles.
Goggles.
Okay, Mike has the yellow goggles.
Yeah, he the goggles. He the yellow goggles. Mike.
I'm gonna spend the whole day. You got the silver mount.
Just remember, Dave's the good-looking one.
Okay. Yeah,
that's
the easy way to remember.
I got to do these different the relativity thing. You can make connections for memory.
Sure.
And I'm coming up with nothing except Mike and I. The silver in the I. It's the second letter is I and silver and Mike. Right?
How about green zippers?
That's how my stupid brain works.
How about green zippers?
How does that go with Dave though?
Dave is just very graceful. Is one way to kind of look at Dave.
Racing stripes?
Dave's also
Dave
from
Racing
Deer Valley.
Dave in Deer Valley, because I know that Dave's from Deer Valley.
You would think you should doesn't look any different than anybody else.
This with the side hill. If we don't get run over, if we cross the run, we'll have slightly less side hill, and we'll do one more batch of skating here. This was way better than the first one. I would suggest for all of you as a group to practice your skating. And how long can you glide? Maybe even exaggerate that. Can you glide for literally 3 or 4 seconds? Now that's not really an exam thing, but just as a training thing. Okay, we're clear. Let's cross over here. But downhill, and I'm a Nordic skater too, so I do get the whole pull thing. But now in this, it's more of a, I use skating with my students because it does everything. You can highlight, whoever it was, Harry was talking about, pick something when you're teaching and highlight it. So if I'm using skating as a drill, I'm going to say, hey, actually no one in here fits this, but hey Jake, we're going to skate, and what we're going to do, what I want you to focus on is your knee coming in and your hips moving inside to get that ski on edge. so that when you push off, it leaves a track. It doesn't slide away like this.
Like most of our students.
Because you've
do.
seen that student, right?
Yep.
And so
And they don't
skating
go forward.
can work great for edging. And well, check your tracks out. Skating works great for weight transfer, foot-to-foot stuff. This is actually for downhill. Hey Jake, when you skate, make sure your hips come all the way over there, and try to hold it for 3 or 4 seconds. Maybe tighten up your core a little bit. Make sure your ankles flexed. So then you can balance on that ski. From the flexion extension, when you skate on flat or uphill, push your knee over your toe and flex that boot like a spring, and you push the spring down, and then the spring is helping you skate faster. Because again, you see your kids that are like blocks of wood out there, right? They're just falling between instead of doing something. So you can pick with your students what's skating really going to help them with now. In the ski day, we're going, level 2 candidates. They should be able to do all of those things. We don't need to highlight one or the other because they own it and they can teach it to their kids.
So, on a side note, you don't necessarily want to use poles when we're demonstrating an exam.
Yeah.
But in real life, I use poles a lot, and I typically alternate from side to side when I do that. But sometimes I also use both when I skate. Is there a preferred method?
And now I'm going into my Nordic mode. What do they call that? I can't remember what they call that. That's a very, very steep uphill technique, the single pole.
Yes. Yes. It helps lock you.
If you're going particularly slow or particularly uphill, that's going to get you slightly more glide.
Yeah.
If you're not quite as uphill, then pulling when you step down is what we're going to do. That would be called first gear in Nordic. As you get
what?
first gear, in your car. Your second gear, you're going to go out. You're going to anyway. The timing of your pole changes, but that one is for the slowest of skating. Like your kid's doing this to get to do. Because he's going that slow.
Yep.
Okay. So there's skate. This will change. So this is kind of flat uphill, and then it's going to get downhill.
Yeah.
You're going to have to adapt your movements as we roll over the hill there.
More gliding.
With more gliding, which means to glide more, you got to be on top of it. Starting off painfully slow on purpose here. Get into that mode. Harry, that combination of balancing on one foot and then managing the edge when you get ready to push off would be a big focus for you.
Yeah. I've never done it
On a downhill pitch.
on that. Yeah, that's kind of.
So a little more, and this will take some practice, a little more out, diverging. And I was just telling Harry and Stan to be in the same boat here. And Stan, same. I don't have a job. Okay,
Dave.
we have 2 Daves?
No, that's Dave.
Who's this guy? Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Oh, Mike. I thought you were talking
That guy-
about.
I know. I'm confusing.
We all just come out with the uniforms so we have the name tag after lunch.
Well, the name tags are great. The uniforms are horrible because everyone has the same jacket on now. Okay, so the biggest trend, Stan and Tom, Dave, Marcia, Harry, is going to be that weight trend. So fundamentals, to be able to
Ski to ski.
direct pressure to the outside ski and whatever the rest it says. But directing your balance over a ski, so that you can. Again, Nordic skiing, we literally do this, where you'll ski on one ski from here to Kellogg or something. Just that, how do you get balanced? And then the edging component, particularly with downhill skating, that's different. It's a timing duration kind of thing. It's not just, I'm on this ski and I'm on edge. I'm on this ski and I'm flat, and when I roll to my edge and move my knee in, it's quicker.
It's like a push.
Yeah.
I always describe it to my students as a push and glide.
Yep.
And so
I do
you're
like lean
short
forward, push off. Because I want to get my knee here, lean forward, push off. But what I want to say is it's a non-linear movement. necessarily make sense. Okay, I got one nod.
Yeah.
Because I'm gliding longer than I'm doing that.
Yeah. Because if you stay long on that edge, that's where
turns.
you're going to turn.
Turn, yeah.
Exactly.
And so if you do a push, then you're really on that flat ski.
Uh-huh. You're gonna land on a flat
It's
ski,
making sense.
roll, push off.
Well, see,
if you
that's
land on
it.
the edge ski. That ski's gonna turn, and then you're going, how do I push off? I'm gonna be up the hill. I gotta, and it gets
Yeah.
really discombobulated.
That's the difference with the downhill though, because normally when I skate, and I skate pretty well, but I'm immediately on that edge.
Yeah.
I'm flexing, I'm pushing off. With this, you want to glide for a minute and quickly get on edge and
Right.
push off. Right? Yeah.
So we'll have to move
Timing.
on here pretty quick, but if I skate uphill, you guys don't have to do it. It's too energetic. My timing uphill here, I'm always on edge.
Yeah.
You can see that edge on the snow. I'm never flat skied. If I skate down towards you, I'm flat. I'm almost flat. I'm flat. And then I push off. Whee! So that's a different application of the
It's
fundamentals.
that duration and timing,
Can
right?
I ask
Yeah.
you something about
Yeah.
when your ski is flat, is your ankle open?
No.
Okay.
The one that I'm standing on?
The one you're standing on, so you push off and then you glide. Is this ankle open?
No. I would call it neutral. And the
Okay.
reason I say that, I'm standing here, I can feel the front of my cuff,
Yeah.
but I have room to do what we were just, to do this, to load the spring of the boot and push off as needed. So I'm not crushing it. I haven't tightened my boots up yet. But I'm not open, because then I'm going to end up like this. That's hard to balance on anyway. I guess I'm matching, your boot has a 16-degree cuff angle, so I'm probably matching that. I'm active in there too, though, so I'm not just kind of wishy-squishy. I'm holding my muscles. Harry, hold your arm up like this. So Harry, and then resist me a little bit. So if he resists me, he's not really flexing his bicep, but he's active. And if I let go, he can maintain that still thing. It's the same thing. Now if he pulls against me, now he's making a movement. I don't know if that made sense or not, but I don't want to just.
Terry?
Well, there's tension there, but you're not actually moving.
Right.
Right? So it's active.
Is that a concentric contraction? Who's the physical therapist in the group? Question.
I was just going to say, if you are trying to maximize your forward movement, you would probably want to have even pressure between your tip and tail to get the maximum push. But once you push off the snow,
Right.
then it's just relaxed.
There is a thing, this will be the last thing we can skating and then we go. In the written description, it says, it's kind of a long description. It says something about, and the free foot comes back together between skates, something like that. Don't hyper-analyze that part. If you happen to balance like this and do a great job skating downhill, that's fine. It doesn't have to come down like that or point this way or something. If it does, this, that may not be quite so fine. I think the intent of when they put that in there was that you would glide long enough that you're here, not that you're just duck walking. That's what our kids do, right? That's how we teach them at first. This is not duck walking.